Hi guys, I wanted to share a couple of quick little of these traveler junk journals. I've had so much fun. I've had a blast doing these. And anyway, I made one for myself, and then I made one in a smaller size. This is a 6 by 4.5. But anyway, I have a booth that I put stuff in. I've had one for years, and anyway, I made quite a few of these little journals. But when I made this one, I liked it so well, I thought I'm going to keep it for myself and do some journaling in it for the month of April and May. And so anyway, there's a couple of vintage markets I'm going to go to in the next couple of months, and I wanted to be sure and get them in here too. So anyway, I wanted to share. I'm going to share the littler one that I made. Now this one's just blank, but this paper here was really pretty paper. I can't remember who makes it, but I bought it some time back. I bought it online. It's a real thick, heavy paper. Tranquility was the collection, I believe, that it was off of. And anyway, here I actually took an old pattern and glued it to the inside of the cover. That's just an old pattern, a little girl's pattern for a dress from Simplicity. And then of course I have the parchment paper there, coffee stain, airmail. I got some lace. I made this little book. I just love these. That Tiffy Butter had made these little books, and I really like them. And I should say also that it was Amity Bloom on YouTube that actually started the Traveler Junk Journals. I didn't know that when I made the first video, so I want to be sure and mention her name. This is just awesome ideas here. So anyway, this is an old handkerchief that I actually picked up at a antique mall over the weekend. Here's just a paper bag. And then here's some more lace. I also got this paper here. I'm not even sure what kind of paper it is. I picked it up also at a little vintage Bluebird shop that's not too far from Branson. And I just sewed some lace on it. Of course, there's a Tim Holtz thing there. Another paper bag with just some washi tape. And Starbucks bag. Here's a little bag, little envelope that I made and just sewed it on. Stuck a little Tim Holtz cutout there. This is just that parchment paper, and I just made the envelope, kind of sewed it on. And here are some little, this is some little Tim Holtz stick, I don't know what they're called. I should have looked this up before I made the video, but I'm not sure what that's called. Anyway, they're just little sayings, his little word bits or whatever. This year I didn't coffee stain my paper quite so dark in this one. I wanted a little bit lighter look. There's just an inventory tag. Got that at Tuesday morning sometime back. Some more of that paper with just the lace sewed on it. Another paper bag. A little piece of the pattern there sewed on the airmail envelope. Another little, I love the sound of the parchment paper. But anyway, that's another little envelope sewed on. More of that paper, another paper bag, the other end of it. Another little booklet. This goes in that little piece of pocket there. And then here is some St. Charles Dairy, which St. Charles was down by St. Louis, Missouri. And anyway, I picked that up over the weekend. A pad of those they had. It's from, well, it was 1940 whatever, so it had to be from the 1940s. And then there's the little book. But anyway, how cute is that? I absolutely have fallen in love with these. I'll show you mine, but the lace that I used, I picked up some of this lace at Tuesday morning. This is Fabric Elements. This is kind of a stretchy one, but how pretty is that? Here's I've used these laces already, and the crocheted laces there. I've used them already in some of the books. And this one too, the little one I just showed you. How cute is that? There's that one. And then I am going to upload a video on a recipe book that I made not too long ago for a friend of mine this past week. And anyway, I'm going to upload it probably next weekend, but I used these laces. I used every lace that this is in that book, and oh, they are so pretty. That's Tuesday morning. That was a good find. It was only like $1.99 or something. I picked up all they had because I love to use that lace. So anyway, here is the little book, like I said, I've made for myself because I knew I was going to do several things in the next couple of months. But anyway, this is just the Tim Holtz paper. This is that memoranda paper. Anyway, I just cut it. I did a lot of stitching around it. I used some just coffee stained, really thin fabric behind it. It was white. It's just really thin. Phrased so wonderfully well. Anyway, I really liked it. There's the back. And then I did start journaling. Here's kind of the front. Just add some pieces there. This is my April and May's journaling 2017. Here's a little journal card I made. This is some fabric that I got. I forget where I got that at. I believe it was Michael's or Joann's. It was one of the two. It kind of looked like a twill to me, like the old ribbon. So anyway, just journaled on that. I took my great nephew to go see Boss Baby. He was wanting to go see that so bad. And anyway, there's our ticket stubs. And then this, oops, this here just slides in the fabric pocket. And then there's a little place beside us, beside where I live, that's called Mother's Garden. A business head put it there, and it's so pretty. And I've never been there, and every time he comes, we pass by that, and he always wants to go in there. So after the movie, we had to call for pizza, so we were waiting on the pizza. I took him to Mother's Garden so he could kind of go through it. He absolutely loved it. Anyway, here's just a Starbucks bag. And I just put my pictures that I wanted to keep in it from the weekend. And anyway, and then I did journal some. This was one of the comment cards that come out of the Mother's Garden. And anyway, I used it to journal on. And then here is the back. I just journaled. He likes these blue raspberry candy slushes at Sonic, so I just wrote that was his favorite. That's his favorite for now anyway. But anyway, there's my little journaling for this weekend. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of show you the rest of the book, since this is one that I haven't shown. This is a bag, the silverware bag from Chili's. I actually stamped on a Post-it note here and just sewed it on. And then of course here is an old ad. Here's one of them old bank, which I showed you that in my last video that I uploaded. And then here is a pocket. I got this in the mail. I think the Cottage Journal is what it was too, but it was so pretty. I kept it and finally found something to do with it. There's the airmail. Mudslinger, here's a coffee sleeve here. Mudslingers is a place that is close to me. It's here in town where I live. I just cut the coffee sleeve apart and used it as a tuck spot. Little airmail. Arvest Bank is the bank that I bank at actually, and they had sent that. I think it's a popcorn bag. And then here's the little vintage bluebird. They have such pretty receipts that I cut out the Bluebird Vintage Boutique, and I added, of course, a little book there, and just a Tim Holtz, looks like the little locker pin. Here's the other part of that bag, and then another. A dream is a wish your heart makes, and anyway, it's just stamped on that Post-it note. Here's one of the little pockets that I had made. This is what I got from that Green Craft magazine. And I've just actually attached it. I actually sewed it to this, and that would pop up because it's not all the way sewed down. And here's the other end of that Chili's bag and a little tag. That's some of the, just a little piece of crocheted lace I had before. Anyway, just tucks in there. Just use that for the tab. And then one of an old report card. When I went to fold it, it actually is so aged and frail it just came apart. So I thought, well, I could always journal on the back of it. So, and I left it in there. Here is just a piece of vellum from Tim Holtz, and then a little journal paper there. Some of the fabric that I've just ruffled. Another part of that Chili's bag, and I did just sew that on, and it's just a little journaling spot for me. And then the other half of the Starbucks bag there, and the back. And anyway, this is just my, like I said, my little journal that I'm going to be journaling in and putting photos in the next couple of months. So, but anyway, just wanted to share it with you guys. Just I like seam binding, so I thought, well, I want to tie a little bit of seam binding around that. So, anyway, thanks so much for watching.